Hello, VOD. Hello, everyone. Let's get this thing started, shall we? Welcome back to day 19, I think. Is it 18 or 19? I totally forgot. I think it's 18. Welcome back to day 18 of Superflat Survival, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hello, Brianna. Hello, WPB Fluff. Hello, E8 Falcon with the first time chat. TV Data with the first time chat. Chelum. Hello, Calum. Hello, Hecking Lawnmower with the first time chat. Bonsoir, Lema. And then hello, John B. Cursed with the Prime sub. They've subscribed for 2 months. No whammies or ads. Also, that was a whole lot of heads you farmed. Hello, John. How's the fam? How are you doing? Hello, Simple Syrup. Hello, Bluey with the first time chat. Hello, 2C Based. Hello, Umbral Sage, first time chatter. Oh my god, we've got so many first time chatters already. How is everyone doing today? Let me try to organize my thoughts here. We've got a lot of stuff to do, and I am so excited to be back. So, let me take this off the wall real quick. This is officially, I think, day 18 of Superflat Survival, and we have made some very good progress here, as you can see already. So much so that we have landed in the medium voltage age, and the medium voltage age has a lot of stuff. Right off the rip, let's just claim this MV Machine Hall quest that we didn't last time that unlocks a bunch of different vending machine trades that are going to be useful for our playing later. I think it's like copper cable I'm probably going to be using. Diodes. Wow, there's a diode trade. There's chlorine and oil and iron 3 chloride. Oh, that's going to be awesome. So let's take that off the rip. And what does everything look like? Let's first talk about what we did last time. Last episode, we made our electric blast furnace. We made aluminum using alumina and cryolite. And we used that to make an MV machine hall and some MV circuits, which are... Those things are going to be quite useful today. We'll talk about all this. Today, what does today look like? So our goals for MV is that first... Let me actually get to a good place for this, and let's say hello to everyone. Dusty Pirate, hello. 4 Undress, hello. I said Airplane, hello. Zuntrax, hello. Hello, everyone. Emrys. All right, let me pop over here. So, we've been using Steam for a while, and it's fine, but it's really just not going to cut it anymore. There's a couple reasons why. Steam is super not power dense. There's a lot of steam that turns into very little electricity, and we don't really have good fluid logistics right now to handle as much steam as we would possibly need. So I'm going to find a much more dense power source, and we'll talk about that today, but that is our main goal, is to rework our power so that way I no longer have to rely on steam. When we do that, we'll have to get into our MV quest book and grab all of these single blocks like the electrolyzer, the mixer, the extruder, which is going to be fantastic. And then we are going to get into magic. So soon we will be starting Thaumcraft. Let me turn on the music a little bit. We're going to start Thaumcraft, which is a whole journey that we've barely even looked into. And normally you go into the Twilight Forest, and that's how you do all your Thaumcraft stuff. But we're going to have to find another way to get into Thaumcraft. Hello, Nathrix. I watched your VOD playing Money Factory. Unfortunately, I'm not playing Money Factory anymore, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Hello, everyone. Once we do that, yeah, we upgrade our EBF to Canthal coils from Cooper Nickel. We'll make stainless steel with that, and then we'll make HV circuits. So we've got a lot to do in MV. And let's start with today. Yeah, Thaumcraft is going to be a huge rabbit hole. But I don't think there's like a ton of other stuff to include in MV, and I think now is a great time to get into Magic because you have a lot of tools at your disposal, but there's a good amount of stuff that you can unlock, like the Mantle of the Raven is a good one. Although, this might be hard on Superflat with no Twilight Forest, but it might be possible. Tainted Feather. Whoa. Yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of research. What else do we want? Like Boots of the Traveler? Boots of the Traveler are going to be fantastic. There we go. These things give you a little speed boost, a jump boost. They're a really good mobility tool. There's a lot of really good magic stuff that I would like to go over this tier. Hello, Casey Live with a Prime sub. 5 months. How are you doing, my friend? I appreciate that. All right, so let's talk about today. Today is day 18 of medium voltage, and we got to solidify power. So I am going to go after the new Crops NH oil berry. And there's a lot of steps that we have to do in order to get to this oil berry. This is the oil berry. It is tier 4. It grows in like any condition, and it makes 2 oil berries which can be fluid extracted directly into oil. And we're going to use this as the backbone for all of our power, because this is going to be very powerful. But we need to talk about how we're going to get the seeds for this oil berry, because this is no easy endeavor. To get this, we need a medium voltage crop breeder, we need wither reed seeds, and we need soul sand lily seeds. Now, there's a lot of things that we have to break down there. First, we need to make our first MV machine and power it at MV. The second thing is we need to get soul sand lily machine, the second is we need to get soul sand lilies, and these need soul sand. That's pretty hard to get. We don't have access to that because we're not going to the nether. So how are we going to get soul sand? And that is a fantastic question. I have solved this with a gambling option. We're going to be doing a little bit of scrap boxing. And I have already been preparing for this, but scrap boxes are a wonderful, funny little IC2 gambling mechanic where you can turn in these scrap boxes, you can scrap things, and gamble for a bunch of different stuff. Ruby is in here. There's some really fun stuff in here. Like there's tungsten dust somewhere. There's platinum dust, chrome, titanium dust. There's a lot of cool stuff here. But yeah, the way we get these scrap boxes is by making a packager and packaging 9 scrap. And we can make scrap through this little thing called the basic recycler. And I want to show you what I've been doing because I have been compiling as much scrap as humanly possible over the last week or so. Hello, Bluey. Hello, lurk with the fluff. I appreciate you. Feel free to lurk. Sorry, that was a big wall of text there. I've been speaking, but here's our essence berries that I have been farming, and I decided, why not just use these essence berries to make scrap? So every once in a while I'll trade out this box of 4K items that we get for pretty much free. And I will put that on top of the packager, or is that the recycler? I'll probably re-say that voice line right there. Then once we get the ore berries, I just put those directly into the recycler, which has I think it's like a 12.5% chance to turn that into scrap. So we are finally doing the scrap box angle like you guys wanted, like Team Scrap Box wanted. And I have 4,000 scrap today for you guys. So it's time. It's time. Let me heat up the gens. And then, yeah, we need to start gambling for soul sand to get soul sand lilies. That is our first step today. How you doing, Lost in Tokyo? Obviously, the other part of this is we need to actually make the scrap boxes. So we're going to need to make a schematic 3x3, which is not the cheapest thing. And we're also going to need to make a basic packager. So let's get all the items we need to get this going. I think I have these shitty circuits. Let's get the machine hull. The robot arm, that's expensive. Conveyor. Piston. It just never ends. It just never ends. There we go. That should be everything. I wonder how much we have. All right, we're running low on steel plates. That's not a good sign. Okay, we got battery. We're good. Soul sand is going to be pretty easy. The ruby seeds and plat ones are going to be harder. Do I need plat dust for anything? Does platinum block Oh, wow, that does make a crop. Platina. Tier 11. Jesus. Yeah, we're not going to worry about that. Oh, I totally forgot. This tier is when we get the new multi-block for crops, right? What is that thing called? The industrial farm. I totally forgot that this exists. This might be a play here. Oh my god, that is expensive though. Jesus. Yeah, that does not fuck around. That is a very expensive multi-block for MV, but it's definitely doable. How you doing, Tokyo? All right, there's machine hull. We need some chests, which we might have. There we go. All right, all we need is the 5 motors. Whoa, we're actually doing pretty good there. Look at all that. Jesus. So we just need some iron here that we're going to turn into rods and magnetic iron rods. Do I have a file? Yeah. Grab those. Grab 1 piston. Steel rods. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the small steel gear. Then electric piston. Then conveyor. Then robot arm. What are we missing here? Steel rods. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, I think that's everything that we need for the basic packager. And this thing is going to be used to turn scrap into these scrap boxes. We do need one more thing to use this, which is we need the schematic 3x3. And this is a really funny LV assembler recipe with 4 plates and 1 circuit. No, sorry, 4 plates and 4 circuits. Jeez. Expensive. Better start sifting for emeralds. I can't even make a sifter yet. We don't have oil yet. I need them oil berries. All right, circuit 3. Pop that in there. 1 amp of LV. 15 EU per tick. Not bad. And then let's just replace the lathe because, you know, fuck the lathe. We hate the lathe anyway. I'll put that in there. I'm going to get another barrel for the output for our scrap boxes, or I guess a drawer would work as well. Let's plug in our basic packager. And I guess a hopper would be useful here. We don't happen to have a hopper, do we? Oh, yes we do. What are you doing to yourself? Says Oil Peanut. Oh, Ollie Peanut, sorry. Oil Peanut is a little bit different. I am enjoying myself is what I'm doing. I'm playing Greg Tech New Horizons with the boys and the girls and the gays. What are you doing? Let's hit this schematic here. And then finally, we're going to use our packager with the schematic. And we can finally get this scrap into scrap boxes. And I'm pretty sure I can just gamble these by hand. I'm not actually sure if that's true, but like... Let's just see what the first 9 scrap boxes give us. I'm going to eat real quick so that way I don't get debuffed. I'm like very curious. If we get a soul sand, first of all, let's talk about some of the ratios of how the percentage chance of everything that you can get in here. We're looking specifically for soul sand right now. because that allows us to get the soul sand lily crop, which we need to get oil berries. Soul sand is a... Where are you, soul sand? Did I pass you up? There we go. Soul sand is a 0.31% chance to get one soul sand. I did a calculation on how many of these scrap boxes we would need to open, and it's approximately to get like a 70% chance at a one soul sand. We would need to open 512 scrap boxes, which is like it's like 4,400 scrap. So I did get all the scrap we needed today, but 0.31% chance, and we can also get something called green sapphire, which we're going to need later. This is needed 0.02% chance to get one green sapphire, which we're going to need later to make random access memory with this green sapphire lens. So that's another thing that we're looking for. But let's just see. Let's just see, right? What's the worst that can happen? I like how it just throws the scrap out in front of me. Okay, well that was a whole lot of nothing. Most of these scrap boxes just give scrap back, which I think is kind of funny, but not very useful to us. Let's speed run some of these. Ooh, I see some cool stuff there. Let's get a barrel for all this scrap. Do I have can I get some double steel plates here? 1, 2, 3. Get a hammer. Where's my hammer? There it is. I'm gonna make a big steel barrel for this. Good afternoon, Donk. How's it going? Hold up. What is the recipe for this? Is it circuit something silly? No, no circuit. Green sapphire calling it for what is all this big gamba? Hello, the time face. Did it much change in the lower voltage tiers? Yeah, crops is huge for lower voltage. There's so much different. The new coke oven, I think that's what it's called, from GTNH coke oven. That's nice. There's a lot of new stuff that you should definitely give 2.9 a try for an early game. All right, we refeed the scrap back in, and we keep gambling, fellas. We just keep gambling. We're on our way to get soul sand. I'm very excited. That could be today. We got some like what is this? Single-use battery industrial craft? Interesting. You need, wait. You need 9 of them for a seed? What do I need 9 of for a seed? Please don't tell me I need 9 soul sand for 1 soul sand lily, right? No, we're good. We just need sand lily and nether stone lily, which will be another thing that we'll need to get. Or I think we could just do this through mutation pools, right? We can do canola for the oil pool. Yeah. That's the play. So we're going to slowly work our way through these loot bags until I get 1 soul sand. Does anyone... How many have we gone through? I should have counted that. We also need something that's a little bit faster to put the scrap into the packager. Because that's actually that's our bottleneck here. Oh my god, not another one. An anonymous gifter gave Lathe a tier 1 sub. No, I literally, I will burn this lathe. I will burn it. All these LV components we put into it. Don't you dare. Conveyor might be fine. Ooh, a little netherrack. That's fun. We already got some from crops loot bags, so that's not a huge deal. But it is interesting to see. Let's move this over closer to our packager here. You know what I'm gonna want later? Translocator? Item translocators? How expensive is this? Aluminum casings? I don't have a cutting machine or an extruder, so I would be wasting a little bit of aluminum. But this might be a play here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lathe Fairy just subscribed. Oh my god. You guys are the worst. And Zuntrax, thank you for the follow, my friend. Yeah, the item translocator is definitely the play here. Let's make these casings. The item translocator is really goated. We love it. It's a very fast way of transporting items that has a filter, and it can do like a stack per tick to an adjacent block, and it doesn't have an internal inventory. So for that reason, it's like very goated. We love this thing. Do we have brass item pipes? Just one for now. Do we have brass? That's the real question. Is there a brass trade? No. Why do I feel like I have brass some other way? Because zinc is a pain in the ass. Do we have zinc somewhere? Tin, iron, obsidian. When you get a diamond dollar, you're going to make a witch farm? I might at some point. I'm like considering the mob farm angle, but I also like the crops right now. Because there's pretty much anything that I would need a mob farm for, I can get with crops. What I am thinking is that eventually I'll want a mob farm for the essence drops, or like the wand refill, the Viz drops. That's what it is. For Viz. There we go, we have zinc. Steely Frank. I think I won't do Steely Frank because they nerfed it in newer versions, and I don't want to be doing something that's a little OP. How do we make brass dust, guys? It's been a while. It's been a long while. Do I just mix it on the table? Is there like a better, maybe like the alloy smelter? Is that a more efficient recipe? Yeah, it's like 3 to 4. Do I care? Not really. Yeah, I mean it's already there, right? Let's just send it. We don't need that much. Hello, Kid Kong. How's it going? First time catching a stream of this series. How is everything going today? It's going fantastic. How's it going today for you, my friend? I'm having a fantastic time. I've been like thinking about this. I went to the New River Gorge, went camping with my friends, and now I'm back. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna route this, like what I'm gonna do when. I'm very excited about all of this. We have one red alloy here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a copper dust should do it. Definitely gonna increase your scrap box production. Yeah, eventually. Reached MV and deleted the world for sake of sanity. I mean, yeah, that is certainly one way to go about Greg Tech New Horizons. I can't say that I don't believe in that. Like, if you're not enjoying yourself, there is no reason to torture yourself and keep playing, you know? But I unfortunately love torturing myself. Or maybe it's fortunate for you guys. Let's gamble. Come on, guys. I need to see some soul sand. Oh, I see a diode. That's kind of pog. It's looking rough, guys. It's looking rough. So many wooden hoes. Oh, oh, look at that. We got our first green sapphire. Holy shit. All right, chat. First of 9. Yeah, because we need 9 of them for a plate or something. You know how low chance that is? 0.02% chance. What is that? 1 in 5,000? That's crazy streamer luck. We're gonna get all 9 today, trust. That yeah, that's kind of diabolical. Oh, I think the dirt also goes in here. Can't discount the dirt. All right, let's craft out this transfer node. How are you doing, Orange? How's it going? I saw that you had a subathon. How was that? All right, simple item transfer, and I'm forgetting here, how do we make this fast? Glowstone will make transfer node faster. Oh, and we get an MV loot bag. Oh, chat, you know I like gambling. What the hell? That would have been nice, our first MV loot bag. God damn, I just have streamer luck. I'm insane. Oh my god, please let me press the keys that I need to press. There we go. The question is, do we have glowstone? Yeah, we have a ton of it somehow. Yeah, guys, actually, my name is Dream. Face reveal. All right, the way these things work is they need to share block space, and then you just right-click the input side, and you can like shift right-click or do something to get filters. Maybe it's like redstone. Yeah, something like that. And then it adds you like a filter for you. But these transfer, when you put the glowstone upgrade, it's a stack per tick, which is really, really fast. It's very good. Almost done with Gata, just in Universium jail. Let's go. All right, let's grab these. Let's sleep. Let's keep gambling. We have to get Soul Sand today. We should get Soul Sand today. I did the math. We have like a 75% chance at least. But it would be really funny if we didn't. It'd be funny if we get titanium. That'd be interesting. Okay, I'm not seeing anything super good. We're gonna need to start deleting wooden hose. Aluminum. That's interesting. Calcite. Is anything? No, none of this is really needed. The diode is nice. The green sapphire is kind of pog. Anything you could do with titanium at the stage? Absolutely not. We can do something if we get... I don't know if at this stage, but pretty soon we can do stuff with platinum, which will be interesting. Alright, please, please, Lord, just give me 1 soul sand. I've seen 2 netherrack so far. 1 soul sand is all I need. Just 1. It's not gonna happen. I think I jinxed myself by getting the green sapphire, chat. I think it's over. Trash them hoes? Alright, sorry hoes. Goodbye wooden hose. Please, Lord. Oh, another diode. That's nice. I'm getting scared, chat. We're running kind of out of scrap right now. And with the amount of scrap boxes that we went through, I think we technically had a 75% chance of getting that soul sand, and it's looking like we're low rolling today. If that's the case, I actually don't know what to do today. I guess we could make like MV progress, but that seems weird without oil berries, which is like, oh lord. All right, we've got 47 scrap boxes left. If this doesn't happen today, I genuinely don't know what to do with myself. Like, I need everyone to pray for me here. We need a prage. What is there something we can do for good luck? Oh, dude. We gotta stand on the side chests that we gambled last time from the MV loot bag, okay? This is gonna be the thing that allows us to get the soul sand. Trust. Did I just see it? Please tell me I just saw it. Dude, I think we're toast. So, okay, let me tell you about the probabilities here. At a 0.31% chance, there's a 99.69% chance of failure. Right? If you roll that... Oh, wait, do I just... Did I fuck up the probability here? No, 99.69 to the 512 is infinity. Oh, okay, wait. It's 0.9969. My bad. 0.9969 is a 20% chance of failure, right? Because there's a 90% chance of failure. We do it 500 times. There's a 20% chance that we totally fail, which means that 80 out of 100 times, we should have been getting that soul sand. I'm genuinely concerned here. Oh no, chat. I did not prepare for this. Oh, I got a dink water from Jester. Cheers. I guess what we can do is make some more recyclers and really start like getting this going. We don't have like passive power per se or any great way to do it, but I can like feed these recyclers with energy and then like distribute essence berries to them. Let's see what else we can do. We can make the MV crop breeder today, which we're gonna need eventually. Yeah, why not? Why not, right? Ugh, scary. I'm gonna be honest, Chad, I did not plan this far ahead. We had an 80% chance of success here, and somehow we low rolled. I don't know what to say. Let's make our MV crop breeder though. We can at least do that. This is our MV crop breeder. We'll need this eventually to make the crop that we're supposed to have today. But yeah, this is our first MV components like motors, robot arms, and stuff, and that should unlock a slew of quests in the MV task. So let's make our electric motors here. I think we need 3, but let's make 4 for the quest. This needs some new stuff like cupronickel wire, 2 times cupronickel wire to make each electric motor, which is no joke. That's it's pretty hardcore there. We can immediately go into the vending machine and buy some copper cable though. That's copper wire. There we go. Is there anything else we want? Magnetic iron. We need magnetic steel rods. Yee. Which means that we need to make another LV machine, actually. We need to make the basic polarizer, because I don't think we have the redstone recipe for polarized rods anymore. So let's go make that. We need 4 2 times tin wire. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 ingots, yeah. The funny part about this is, yeah, Casey Live has got this. We had literally 10 times the chance of getting one soul sand than we do the green sapphire that we got. There's a 0.31% chance versus a 0.03% chance. That's kind of diabolical. Use bulk haunting on sand to get soul sand? What is that? Okay, there's our polarizer at LV. We can just slap this on somewhere. These quests are so huge, I cannot get over it. Probably translates well into um what's it called? Like the YouTube video though. All right, let's hit that. Polarize some rods. Oh, you know what we can also do with this polarizer? I just thought of this. Dislocator. Let's make the item dislocator. Oh wait, hold up. Small lithium battery. Hold up. Yeah, we need antimony, never mind. Oh, we have no access to antimony right now. That's actually going to be a big problem as we move forward. I wonder how I'm going to solve that. That's a tough one. Is it like a tiny pile of antimony something? Well, I think we're screwed. Anyway, let's make some electric motors here. What else do we need here? Let's make our 8 aluminum rods. We're definitely going to need more of those later. We also need 2 times cupronickel wire. Cupronickel should be very easy to make, and I'm sure we can make some more here. We just need to smelt down some copper and nickel in the alloy smelter over here. Every 1,000 boxes should give around 3 soul sand. So we did about what's equals 4,096 divided by 9. We did over 500. So we should have gotten a soul sand at some point, right? Like I feel like the odds were in our favor. Unfortunately, the reality strikes and the odds are not in our favor. It's gonna be this next one though, trust guys. It's just one more. Just one more loot box and we'll get it. We might need to get more basic recyclers at this point. Man, these are not cheap though. I could double the speed of recycling if I just get another one, which I think might be the play here. Can I just Missing items, steel plate, steel rod, steel gear. Let's make a recipe for steel rod. Make a little more steel plates. We're running low on steel, which is not good. I think you can dupe battery alloy nuggets. Hold up, hold up. There's no way that there is a alchemic research for duplicating battery alloy nuggets. That is diabolical. But thank you for that, because that will be my antimony source once we get into magic. Unfortunately, we need to do a lot of Thaumcraft stuff to get there. Just get EOH for all your ore problems. That's true. I didn't think about it that way, but when you put it that way, it makes a lot of sense. Guys, just one more scrap box. Just one more. I promise. All right. I mean, I guess I'll grind out a bunch of scrap boxes for if we don't get it while we're just like offhandedly gambling this stream. We'll have to get it later. I'll have to grind out another 4,000 of the thingamabobs. We'll start from scratch. Gonna polarize some iron rods. Can't you dupe antimony directly? Yes, you can. I think what Simple Syrup is talking about is that we don't have any antimony anymore, but we do have some batteries that we could like extract for their hulls, then macerate them into battery alloy, then turn them into nuggets, then duplicate them, then extract the antimony from that, and then go back to having antimony. Which is kind of a play, honestly. Should have used the piston for scrap. You know, I didn't think about it that way, but when you put it that way, it makes a lot more sense. All right, there's another recycler. I guess I could just get rid of this canning machine here. I don't know how we're gonna distribute all of this. I guess hoppers are fine. Centrifuge battery alloy dust into antimony. Yeah. That's definitely the play. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Get a hopper. Dude, please just give me the soul sand. I feel that's so diabolical. Anyway. Streamer luck giveth, streamer luck taketh away. It is what it is. How many drawers? We can also plan ahead and get some stuff that we're gonna need. I guess let's we can make the crop thingy. This got so messy so quick. I gotta think about this, cause oh hello. We almost just made Greg Lantis there. Can't wait until the fledgling AE system is built. All the videos I've watched show you how to put a system together, but no one None show you how to take one controller, some basic components into a system that grows and works for you. That's true, and I've been thinking about that a lot. I was thinking about making like a starter guide on like how to begin, but I have not yet. All right, let's put the canning machine there. I'm gonna put this here and this here. Let's make our first MV quest then. Instead of gambling for soul sand, I guess we gotta make some MV motors instead and do progression the normal way. Gross. That's red alloy cable. I swear I bought copper cable. There we go. There is 4 electric motors, which is a little quest right there. There we go. Our first MV motors. You know, we do get MV loot bags, so it could be worse. It really could be worse. We also got to make an electric piston, and this gives us 2 electric motors back. God, that's awesome. Potion of regeneration. I'm gonna end it. 3 aluminum plates, 2 aluminum rods. That's 4 plates, 4 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just make a bunch of these plates here, because we're definitely going to need more. What is the title of this banging tune in the background? It's something I discovered. I went to a vinyl bar in North Korea. I went to a vinyl bar in South Korea. I think it was called like Hell Cafe, somewhere in Seoul. And they played this song. It's called At the River by Groove Armada. And I love it. It's so good. Do I really feel like old Coldplay right now? Not really. Every time I gamble, I get so excited and then so disappointed. Dude, that hit is gonna be insane. When we finally get the soul sand, I'm gonna be overjoyed. Trust, guys, trust. Let's make our first electric piston in one moment. Let's get the gear first. Gotta make a hammer. Is there no wrought iron hammer? Oh, it's called cast iron now. I totally forgot. Let's make a couple of cast iron hammers here. Small steel gear. First electric piston. You're gonna hate this in MV2, number 3. And it gives us 2 electric motors back, which is awesome. And another MV loot bag, which we're gonna instantly gamble. Thanks, Hamburger. Very cool. Hello, Effectivic. First time chatter. I've been watching all your VODs, both Superflat and normal. I love your videos. Finally able to catch a stream. What is the drip thing above your machine? Oh, that's a little translocator. Item translocator. It allows really quick transfer of items. We were using it earlier when we had 4,000 scrap, but we no longer... We gambled it all away. Unfortunate. Effectovic and Simple Syrup. Thank you for the first time chats. Or for the follows, my bad, not first time chats. Let's also make our MV robot arm. We're gonna use one of our 4 MV circuits for this. We needed to make this anyway, so let's just go crazy. That was pretty easy. And that thing we're going to use for our MV crop breeder, which we can actually use and make today. Oh my god, that gave me 2 circuits back. Life is good. I keep pressing the wrong button. Iron drill. Steve's carts. Why do you keep doing this to me? Technically, we could make the extruder right now. Oh my god, wait, that's actually really cheap. We don't really have MV power, but that is doable. All right, let's lock in though. The last thing we need to do is make this MV advanced crop breeder, which I think we just have everything for. We just need to make some fertilized dirt, which should be a bucket of water, 2 fertilizer, and dirt, which not too hard at all. You're going to use steep carts, and you're going to like it, or else. That's so true. One, two. I guess we can grab a dirt here. We got the water buckets. Anything else? Crop sticks. 1, 2. I think that's it. Yeah. We did make the LV chem reactor last tier because I think it was gating the MV machine hull for some very odd reason. So we should have this bad boy. Yeah. Bop, bop, bop. Our first chem reactor. There we go. Let's grab our MV machine hull. Yoink that up. And I think that's everything. The advanced crop breeder is a new thing in New Horizons for the crops New Horizons. I'm not exactly sure how this works. It says 50% success chance. I don't like that, but we have it. And this will be used to make our oil berries later down the line. We need a couple of things though. I'm going to put that right there. We're also going to need, in order to do this oil berry, we're going to need enriched fertilizer, which is chem reactor with fertilizer and fertilizer cell, which is a weird one. And we get these fertilizer cells from fluid extracting fertilizer. So we have a fluid extractor. We have a lot of that stuff. We just need to get 56 fertilizer and 32. So let's go do that right now. Hello, DOS. How's it going? I'm doing Superflat as well and just gearing up to start Steam Age. I haven't made a villager breeder and was wondering if it's really necessary. It is so necessary, actually. It is like, it's incredibly necessary, I think. The villager breeder gives you access to so much stuff and so many renewable resources and diamond dust and steel. I guess they nerfed the steel thing in newer versions, but you know, it is what it is. Let's put this in the fluid extractor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. All right, come on, 4 scrap boxes. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me. Oh. Oh. Incredible, incredible. We got a... So, we got 2 of a 0.06% chance gamble as well. How did this happen? I'm very impressed. That's all I have to say. I'm very impressed. There's enriched fertilizer. Very good. Next 4 hit for sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Trust, guys. Trust. I don't know how I'm going to edit this into a video. This was messy as hell. Let's see, though. I guess we've done MV crop reader. We do need the soul sand lily, which we don't have, but we can make that. Another thing we also need is wither reed. We could prepare for that early. Let's see, what else can we do? What else? Oh, fertilizer doesn't go in there. Tin screw can die. I think we're good. I think we're good. There's our enriched fertilizer that we'll need later. I'll grab this in here and I'll slap that next to our MV crop breeder that we are totally going to use today. Chad, is this diabolical or what? Open enough scrap boxes to tier skip into a better way to get soul sand. I didn't think about it that way, but when you put it that way, I really like where your head's at. I mean, let's see. Are there any other ways to get soul sand in MV that I'm like missing? Anything crazy? Lexica Botania. A demon heart from witchery? Duh. Heat sand and tainted soil. I mean, we should look into it at the very least. Nope. Can't make that. Soulful wax. We could get into bees. There's a bees basic. Hold up. All right. All right, chat. I have the route here. There's a bees basic loot bag that has a 1.36% chance of dropping soul combs. Okay? Hear me out. The soul comb, we can LV centrifuge into soulful wax, and then we can use the LV mixer recipe to make 4 soul sand. Chad, am I right or am I right? We just need to figure out how to get bees loot bags. So actually, I think it's time to go exploring again. We're going to need to do bees eventually, right? Might as well. Might as well. Where is bees? Bees. Bee breeding. Requires first things first. Okay. How to bee, maybe? First things first, get a scoop. What if I don't wanna? Wire cutter, hard hammer. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. First bee quest. Trust. I did miss your message, I'm sorry. That is a bees basic loot bag right there. Chad, this could be the one. APRS shoes. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Is there anything I can get out of these? Oh. Yeah. Look at that. We've got 25 beekeeper coins. We could buy some hives if we need to. Go find some bees. All right, let's go find some bees, chat. I mean, it's as simple as that. We do need some way of holding the bees. I wonder if we should, like, bring the dolly. And, like, bring, like, a steel barrel or something. What do I not need right now? We can bring an iron barrel. Is there any excess iron barrels that aren't being used? Yeah, that's fake. I'm never making rubber again. I'll put this over near the rubber tree. It is as simple as that, John. You know how it is. Also need to bring my lunchbox, which is conveniently missing. Let's get our saddle. and our golden lasso. That's for sure. We definitely want that. I'm gonna yoink this. And then let's eat up before we go. I'm gonna drop that off. Go over to my food. Hello, Tumbles. How's it going? What is the editing process like for Superflat videos? It is easier than most, is what I'll say. But editing for me, like for that last video, it took me at least like 60 hours of very hard work to get that one done. But luckily, I've been structuring like my play time into much more easy to edit stuff. So I'll like figure out what I'm gonna do ahead of time and make that into one day. And that makes it a lot easier for me to edit it all together and like figure out what's going on. So planning is very helpful. But yeah, it's no joke. And hello, Hardronics. Cheers. Moose Doggy with the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. And wow, we're getting so many first-time chatters and everything. Hello, Chapstick. I started a GTNH 2.8 world yesterday. Is it worth resetting to 2.9, would you say? I mean, you could just update straight to 2.9. I don't think you would have a problem with that. But I would totally recommend it. 2.9 adds so much for early game, especially like crops. Crops is huge. Would 100% recommend it. I would delete the village names mod though. I do not like that mod. Alright, I think we have everything that we could possibly need that's bee related. Let's set out on a journey. Why is everything in my right ear only? There we go. We are going to gamble bees basic bags until it hurts. Let's go. No, Hardronics, you're not a first-time chatter. Chapstick7 is the first-time chatter. It feels weird to be back. Oh, I don't have any food. That might make things a little harder. Hopefully we find a donkey early. I miss Donkey as well. Guys, shout out to Donkey 1 and Donkey 2. Life was much better with them. Hopefully we can find another donkey. I seem to remember like towards world spawn there was some like friendly mobs spawning. So I'm hoping if we go in that area we'll find something. Yeah, this rabbit is a good sign. Welcome to this great channel with such a sweet man playing such a sweet game. I appreciate that. Hobgoblin. Cobblestone farm? So what we're looking for, chat, are these forestry houses. They've got weird look to them, and they've got spiders in them. And he's tough somehow, which I really don't like at all. We'll be here for a little bit, so just don't hold up. Okay, now that we're here, these things have apiaries in them. Please let me through. I hate this bug so much. And within the apiaries, there are bees that we can use in frames as well. So that's where you're going to want to go to start your bee journey. None of these frames are super useful, but the apiaries will be. And we're here just for the loot bags anyways, because we just need our 25% soulful comb drop, right? Like, eventually, we've got to get it. Let's get rid of that. I don't really need a bunch of... I have pristines. I guess we can solidify the forest population. Awesome. Very cool. This is where it all started, chat. We dug under this from world spawn to start our long journey. Also, almost makes me nostalgic in a way. That's a good sign. Hopefully we find some donkeys out here. Do you think Superflat can go further than Garden of Grind? If so, by how much? That depends on how far we're willing to bend the rules. There are going to be a couple of things that we need to go to different dimensions for, probably. I won't spoil anything. I know loosely like what those things are, but I am more interested in just seeing them as we go. This is going to be like a fun explorative journey for me as well as you. So donkey, please. There's a lot of passive mobs around here. I guess this is world spawn, so like it's always loaded. That's where all the passive mobs will always be. What I'm wondering is, do donkeys share the same passive mob cap that all the rest of these guys do? Because I don't see any of them. So if anyone knows Minecraft mechanics really well, I think what I'm doing is freeing up the passive mob cap or like something like that in order to grab more... Oh, that's fun. In order to grab more chances at a donkey spawning. But I might just be wasting my time here, so let me know if you guys know. Yeah, if you already know what the overworld dead ends are, please keep them close. I think it'll be a fun journey for everyone if we get there and experience it ourselves, you know what I mean? No donkeys. We could just be getting supremely unlucky here, chat. It is, it is what it is. Oh, we have a crafting task for frames. Okay, wait, hold up. Let's go check the other B quest tab. We got attuned, Meadows Forest. Okay, we can definitely do most of the rest of this at home. I think what we'll do is see if we can swing by a village on the way back. Maybe go north to that one. Man, I can't wait till we have Boots of the Traveler. That shit is gonna be gas. $18.14 at 18:32, I think is when I can officially start sleeping. There we go. Please don't slime me. That looks like it's like potentially a forestry house, but I don't think it actually is. Can we see any forestry houses on our map here? This one, right here. Bright pink. Hello, Suzaku. I also like the music. Donkey seen us and made a run for it. Yeah, dude. Donkey 3 does not want to die. Hello, escritoire. I've heard of this thing. What do I trash here? Raw chicken, maybe? And maybe that forest drone. Let's take a grafter. Little scoop, a little common drone might be nice. I think we can get rid of these proven frames for now. Meadows drone. Let's get the Meadows princess here. What the fuck am I hearing? And then let's head home, which I think is west from here. Yes. I see a horse. It's not a donkey, but it's a horse. Dude, we're gonna have horsey number 1. Mustang. Colonel Mustang. That's what I'm gonna call him. We're gonna get slimed, but let's see if we can just lock in here. Okay, okay, okay. I'm like so prone to just botching this entirely. I'm gonna try to train these slimes away because killing them would be really painful. Come on, you. Come on. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Dude, we're back to Slime City. I can't believe that after all this time, we're still fighting slimes. Alright, you, come on. No way, I have 8 slime in my hand and I can't ride him. Who made that feature? Please, bro, please. Work with me. Work with me. Oh, can I lasso him? Hold up, hold up. You are so smart. That is so smart. I did not think of that. Didn't you get soul sand from an agriculturist loot bag? I don't think the crops bags have soul sand. But if they do and I already have it, I'm actually gonna freak out. I might actually lose it. I'm just gonna sprint. Alright, we're gonna do a little horse speed comparison here. How fast are you? 0.21. 0.20. Okay, sorry, buddy. Survival of the thickest. You know how it is. I was not actually doing drama farming. I have streamer brain, and I'm not fully there, you know? So I appreciate the help. It's a much better idea. Just take both and breed up a faster horse. I don't think I've ever done horse breeding in Minecraft. Has anyone actually interacted with horse breeding in Minecraft? Ever? Like, what's the point when you have an elytra? I also think elytras are kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. Did in Terra Firmacraft. Oh, I remember Terra Firmacraft. Maybe we should go back to that. We're gonna have to sprint a little to get in here. There we go. Let's tame up Mr. Horsey first. Come on, you. Love me. Love me. This guy does not fuck with me at all. Come on, Colonel Mustang. There you go. Why did you shake me off after you? Alright, now you get to go into Lasso Jail. Thank you for your service. Let's get this little bee barrel out. I'm gonna put some bee stuff in here. Got the escritoire, which is kind of useless, but fun. That. Grafter, that, might as well do that. And then let's quickly put all this stuff back in here. That goes there, those go there. All right, let's see what other bee quests we can do. That's 2 bee basic loot bags right there. That's 0 soulful wax, but we did get a frozen comb. So low-key doable. Is there not even... Soul comb is from bees basic. Oh, it's from bees advanced. Okay, we need to save our bees basic loot bags and craft them up. I didn't even see that. One soul sand equals infinite soul sand for sure. Once we get the soul sand lily, we're good. And in fact, we don't really need soul sand. We just need the soul sand lily seeds, which is the funny part. Or the sad part, depending on how you put it. I guess we're getting rid of the wheat. This can go in here. Can put that in there. Now let's look into our quests. Forest Ranger, not really for me. How to be. Let's make 3 untreated frames for the 1 bees basic bag. We also need to make some more of these drawers here. One sec. I'm in a fugue state, chat. There we go. Then do that. Put that back. All right, slabs, which we have. We need string, which we also have. Although that's over near all the other stuff. And sticks, 15. I'm hungry. Hello, TYMQ. Coming from YouTube, was waiting for a new VOD for like forever. Thought you disappeared in a back alley for a sec. Yeah, I did. I was out camping with my boys in the New River Gorge. Did some rock climbing there. Did some hanging. Let's get string. Got that. Let's also eat. Some days work is drudgery, and some days it's please sort the lingerie catalogs. Whatever floats your boat, you know? Anything else? Oh yeah, we want to put a drawer on the essence ore berries. There's Soul Sander's reward for one of the bees quests, but I don't think it's accessible because of the ender eyes. Mutator. Oh yeah, no, this is MV Assembler anyway. It's a rough one. New Marvel Rivals update is so peak. I have never played Marvel Rivals. Is it I've also, I don't know, Overwatch scares me as a concept. You ever been to Horseshoe Canyon Ranch? I have not. That sounds pretty fire, though. Dude, they just don't want me to be happy. Jeez. Let's craft our 3 untreated frames. 1, 2, 3. That should be another bees quest. Remember, we actually need to trade these in for higher tier ones and not just... I'm not reading all that. Bee house. Loot bag bees basic. I can do that. I can do that. Although this is probably useless at this point. Let's grab our 2 honeycomb. 1, 2. We have untreated frames. Cool. Slabs and then wooden casing. I'm going to skip this song real quick. Yeah, I'm just going to go the shrimple way. I'm just going to crap this out. TF2 is better than Overwatch? Now that is a take that I think is correct, honestly. I have played very little TF2, played 0 Overwatch, and I still think I agree with that take. Tropical Princess. Okay, so this is where the vending machine is going to come in very big hand, or wow, this is where the vending machine is going to come in handy here, because we can get some interesting hives here. I think the tropical hive is what I'm after here. And then when you place this down and use your scoop on it, it should give me a tropical princess. So we might need a couple of these to get both the princess and the drone. But, you know, that is what it is. Oh, Lord. I guess we're just going to be unlucky. Field kit we can definitely make. I don't feel like going through all that effort, so I'm just going to make it this way. We have a diamond. Yes. Two steel rings. No saw. Where's our saw? Maybe there's no cast iron saw. What the? What is the recipe for a saw blade? Am I insane? Oh, it's the... God damn it. Oh my god. I'm just fumbling so hard right now, chat. Somebody give me a lobotomy now. Stat. And fuck the lathe. I'm making these screws the Aki way. God damn it. Field kit. Hello, Tosh, with the tier 1 sub. How's it going? And hello, Zeralix. You updating to dailies regularly or just betas or neither? I'm still on daily 544. I do not care to update until there's like features that I enjoy or like there's something that I really want because I really hate the updating process. It's a pain in the ass to like move my configs and like do all that stuff and then something's always wrong. So I do not move. Cookie Arrow for extra horses. Smart. And Toach with the tier 1 sub for 8 months. How's it going, my friend? Just some TV with the first time chat. Should I play GTNH Superflat as a first time GTNH player? I think you should play whatever you enjoy. And if Superflat looks enjoyable to you, then like, hell yeah, go for it. All right, this is our first advanced bag. We don't have Royal Jelly. We don't have Fortune 3. We have a infinitesimally small chance at getting these soul combs. But you know what? Fuck it, we ball, right? I mean, I'll take Wintry Hives. I'll take it. I'll take it. To scan or not to scan? Oh, it's this thing, not the Carpenter. The Bealizer is good. It's low-key good. And I will need to make this eventually. But do I do this right now? Diamond screw. Hold up, hold up. LV lathe. Diamond bolt. Cutting machine. I don't have a cutting machine. I'm not dealing with that right now. Nova Shep with the tier 1. How's it going? I'm doing okay. I just got super unlucky and it kind of derailed my plans for today. So we're going off and doing a bunch of random bullshit. But I gambled a lot of these scrap boxes for some soul sand and I got nothing, which is really sad. So I'm gonna have to keep gambling, I guess. It might be next week when we do this, next Monday. So unfortunate. But I guess I can get my feet on the ground and start with everything. We did get our crop breeder, our enriched fertilizer. There's very little we have to do at this point to get this going. Let's check if there's any quick bee breeding. Okay, 2 basic ones right there. We need some meadows. Might as well. We could keep searching through a bunch of different villages. That might be a play as well. Common Princess. Is that something that I have to breed? I forget. Common Princess is a 15% chance between forest and meadows. Oh yeah. Okay, we can try that at least. I have an apiary. Anything with mutation rate times 1. So I guess none of that matters. Let's grab this. We'll put a meadow or forest princess with a meadows drone. We'll just let that go. Hopefully that makes a common queen eventually, or a common drone. Who knows? Gotta give it some flowers as well. It's fun, enjoyable to play casually, and if you want to play seriously, there's good community servers. We're talking about TF2 or... I just used the daily updater, which is super intuitive for me, but it is command line tool. Yeah, I tried it and I like fucked up my install and that pissed me off. I'm not a technologically apt person. I wanted to use the daily updater, but... Let's go back out into the wild and keep searching, I suppose. Not much more to do. It's just, we hang out, I guess. We have fun. We wait for our scrap to scrap. We gamble. What other direction have I not gone in a while? Let's head west. Go see what's over there. And Zerolix with the tier 1 sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. How fast is scrap recipe time? That's a good question. It's pretty slow, actually. And no, Tokyo, we still have not gotten the soul sand. This takes 2.3 seconds for a 12.5% chance at scrap, which is pretty slow, all things considered. Grab another lasso and breed the new horse at home. We'll just find another one. No point. We have a horse, we live. Should bring food though. I feel like that I've been lacking. I don't know where my lunchbox went, but I had one. It was so kind of useful, but let's grab BLT, a little coleslaw burger. I would destroy a BLT right now. Hearty breakfast sounds pretty good. For your own sanity, you should make a lot more recyclers. Tokyo, I will eventually. My idea is I want to get passive oil power before I start with making like a passive recycle or setup that like unboxes those things. Currently, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a bunch of ore berries in the thing and let that go overnight until next stream if we don't get it by then. And if that doesn't happen, like if 8,000 more scrap is not enough to get what we need, then like God didn't want me to have it, you know? And the run is chopped. Right? Like I don't really need the frames anymore, but I'll take these. Let's get rid of these frames. More pristine princesses are always good. Oh, we should check the chat. What the fuck? Gatling skeleton wanted my ass. Silky comb is good. Eh. Does MV Recycler also improve chances or just speed? That's a good question. I wonder if I could run the MV Recycler on my LV line. Yeah, Tokyo, I will eventually, once I get the oil, I will set up a passive scrap farm that will just go in the background. I just want passive oil first. That's like, I've been wanting that forever because Steam is so frustrating as a power source. There's no good way to make it infinite. And then when you do, you've like invested so much time that you might as well have just progressed into MV and done something better with your time. So yeah, I'm so keen on just getting straight to that. See ya, Fluff. Thanks for popping in. Propolis, common drone. I guess we just grab the apiary anyway. And then get rid of that. Cocoa comb. That's fun. There's two in that village down there. Back, what are you doing right now? I am gambling for bee stuff now that we are waiting for scrap to come through. It was something that I wanted to start eventually, I think. But this is just now the time, I suppose. John, when you see how powerful these oil berries are from 2.9, no one is ever going to be benzene church again. Like, even if you're not an oil berry fanatic, doing something like biodiesel is huge now that canola is buffed just by being an NH crop. Ooh, there's a Valiant princess. Haven't seen that yet. Win LV Circuit Berry. That's basically the essence berry, because everything you could technically make a full passive LV circuit. Actually, there's no technically about it. The boys on Project Singularity did it. They just had different XP farming methods. Is anything I want? There's a common, some meadows. Don't really need that. I'll take another meadows princess. Why not? Let's get our asses home. What direction is home? That way? Yeah. Oh. I think an Enderman put a hole in my wall. Kind of. What the heck, man? Hello, God Nukes. How's it going? I am back. How are you? No one hates Hog as much as me? Damn. I've seen the online schema for passive circuit factory. I feel like why would you use a schema for that? You know, like you should just make that yourself. The whole fun is making the thing yourself. In my opinion, my humble opinion. All right, you know, it better be this one. There's only two? No way. We had so much more. Okay. Dude, I don't know what to say, man. Oh, there we go. I have a stack more. There we go. The game just hates us. Chat, we can finally fucking play the game. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh. Oh my god, that was getting so sad. I was getting a little depressed. I'm not gonna lie there, chat. I was Watch, we're gonna get another soul sand right here. No, no other soul sand. That would have been really funny. Okay, finally. The game has relented. We even went on a journey to do bees in this whole time. The game has finally relented. Thank you, Prometheus, for the on-screen celebration. I actually have genuinely never seen that. That is awesome. So finally, now that we have this, we're going to make a soul sand lily. We have needed this to make the soul sand lily, not because we need soul sand, but because we need to use this to breed into the oil berry. Let's go get that going. Let's see, I'm like actually like low-key shaking right now. We need some cobble, and I think soul sand lily shares a mutation pool with canola seeds. So we can just surround this with canola and then that should do the trick. What are we looking for? Cobble? Cobble obelisk. I think we have some cobble over there. Cheers. I better see some insane dopamine edit. That would be funny. That would be funny. Holy fuck, man. That hit. Damn. Okay, let's grab our cobblestone. Grab that. We need some regular dirt. I think we're gonna be good. Do we have canola already here? No. Let's grab our canola plants from here. What does canola look like? We also want some fertilizer so we can guarantee that the plant that we get is a max stat plant. I'm gonna put the bed down here so we can sleep. Oh. I'm so relaxed now. Everything is fine. Everything is gonna be okay. Did I tell Zerlix that we're avoiding, sorry, did I tell Avatar that we're avoiding dimensions? Did you guys get it for me? 2, 3, 4, and I can just, actually I can do this. And then put our water source here. Let's also grab some other crops things that we need. Let's grab the spade, the plant lens, and our good old friend, the watering can. Okay, so we're gonna surround this block with canola seeds. I'll wait till these all grow. We can water them first, so that way they're all at 100 water. We can also fertilize them to increase their speed and then also guarantee that the stats that they pass on are maximum. Right here in the middle, we have our one soul set block that took us all of today to get. And then once these hit 80%, we can start looking for the breed that we're going for. AGX done. First time joining you on live stream. Glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too, my friend. What a day. If I could figure out how to get sulfur, I'd be right there with you. If you do want the route, I do have a lot of sulfur. You can watch the video to find out exactly how we got all this sulfur. I think we go over it at some point. It must be the steam age, because we do the rubber skip for steam. And then crop stick here. And then we just wait for our oil berry. Actually, I can even get a better shot here. We could do this. And then F4 and C. Oh. Heard on the GTNH review vid that you didn't like early game for reasons of tediousness in mobs. You enjoying this early game? Or more than novelty? So, that's an interesting question. There's two reasons why... Oh, we got a weed. One sec. I gotta get rid of that. There's two reasons why I'm enjoying myself here. The first reason is that GTNH really revitalized the early game of GTNH and makes a lot of the stuff like mining and stuff like that I don't like and then going out to fight with mobs a lot easier to deal with. Because suddenly you have new ways to get resources that you didn't before. And it makes the game just play a lot better, in my opinion, early. The second thing that is really important is the challenge aspect to it. By making it more absurdly hard, instead of being like, oh, I have to go deal with mobs and do this the normal way, like I'm suddenly interested in like the challenge. The reward for the challenge is much higher, right? I get a much higher dopamine hit when I figure out how to get sulfur out of fucking thin air than I do just going to the nether, getting touched by pigmen, and then coming back with like 3 sulfur, you know? That's a great question. And that is why I'm enjoying early game. Maybe I do recommend a challenge run as your first time playing GTNH. What's the chance of oilberry here? It's not like chance based. It's just whenever these guys decide to do their pool breed, it should be pretty high actually. We could technically do Eyebulb and Netherstone Lily together. I guess while we're doing this, let's get to our Netherstone Lily while we're waiting for this to go, because we're gonna need that eventually. Because the other way to do this is there's a guaranteed way to get Soul Sand Lily, which is Sand Lily and Netherstone Lily. So yeah, we'll do that. We need Netherwort seeds, which needs Soul Sand. God damn it. We might be stuck here actually, just waiting. Which I don't mind. I like chatting with you guys and hanging out. John, you know what's crazy? Or who said that? I was actually thinking about a hardcore run. Like genuinely a hardcore run might be really fun. We just sit and wait. Can I bind this to F4 and 1? There's like a way to bind a specific location to a free cam, and I forget what it is. I like this angle. But I don't think this is correct. It's like F4 and 4? Oh, this is camera 4. Okay, hold up. Let's move camera 4 over here. Press F4. Get rid of the weeds. And then if I press F4 and 4 again, nice. It opens the cam. Mining and mobs are so exhausting. Exactly. Yeah. Let's see. I've started a hardcore challenge run where I live inside a roguelike dungeon, can't go to the surface. That's kind of fun. I like that. It's like a what's it called run? Like a post-apocalypse run. I like that. Done most of Crops and Age. I highly prefer doing it the guaranteed way. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that would be more interesting anyway. Let's go for one more plant. If we get a weed, then I will go for the guaranteed way. But I'm catching up with chat and enjoying myself hanging out with you guys, so I'm not too pressed about it. Use mutation pools for netherrack seeds. You don't need soul sand seeds. Oh, that's smart. Unless you get a second soul sand from scrap boxes. All right, let's give that a try. Let's another stone lily. Let's see, what pools can we draw from? There's the nether pool, which seems okay. We want sand lilies at some point, so maybe we should make sand lily first, which is stone lily and cactus. So let's grab our 31 stone lily and 31 cactus and get that into our sand lily. I think I should probably check that we don't already have sand lilies. Okay, no sand lily. What are you doing here? How did you get there? I'm like impressed and pissed off at the same time. Sand lily, cactus, stone lily. So let's do that. What does stone lily need to grow? Stone? Okay. Hey, Cobra, how's it going? We talking shop with crops today? The filter is after the mutation is chosen, not before. The chance is still low. My brain is too streamered out to be able to process the information that the very useful, helpful information that you are giving to me right now. Where's our chisel? Our chisel just didn't disappear overnight, right? Oh, there's our lunchbox, though. Hog. There it is. I want to make sure I don't invalidate my run. I'm in the middle of EV tab. Am I allowed to go into peaceful and turn off mobs? You absolutely are allowed to. And even if you did that in the beginning of the game, genuinely, I don't think anyone would give a shit. Like, if you make it to Stargate on peaceful, like you're still doing one of the hardest packs in the world, and I think you would still get gate. Me personally, I'm not really sure how intense they are about that nowadays, but I would certainly give you gate in my mind. Maybe being next to the canola is gonna be an issue, but I don't really care, so. All right, okay, let's chillax. Let's fertilizer you two. I guess we can re-up the fertilizer here. Oh, chat, it happened. It happened. Life is good. Look at that. Soul Sand Lily, 31, 31, 31. Huge. I'm going to let it grow so we can get a second Soul Sand Lily. And we need some more Soul Sand probably down the line, so I am going to let it grow and harvest it. But we can at least strip down these canola. There is one thing that I am prepared for that we need to talk about right off the rip. In order to get this oilberry, currently we would need 7,272 enriched fertilizer. The issue with that is that the MV crop breeder only has space for 6,400 liters of fluids inside its internal inventory. I'm not even sure I can show you this. Let's give it a... Like if I just place this down here, I can only put 6,400. So obviously we have an issue here. I think this is a silly mechanic. And I'm going to be honest, Cobra is here. I'm sure he has heard this before, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take a 111 crop and combine it with a max crop in order to make our oilberry. And that should reduce the amount of enriched fertilizer we need in order to get this. I don't think that this is a fun mechanic personally. It is a mechanic that exists. But I would maybe look into a different way to make that interesting. But in the meantime, we're going to have to make a 111 witherreed seed. And I forget what the best way to do this. Someone said like potato to sticky reed to sticky cane to witherreed maybe is the play. And we have to do that 111. So this might take a while is what I'm saying. Cobra has heard that before. That's true. Make a lower tier one and max it out. I don't know. Could I could also, let's try it. We can try oh my God, English. We can try a couple of different things today. Like maybe I can try downstatting a witherreed seed because I think we already have witherreeds. At least I want to say we do. What do these make? No, I don't think we do actually. We do have the coal, which is good. Why does that keep swapping? I don't understand. It keeps eating my other things. Is that or I lock it to HV? Early breeders are meant to be kind of shitty. I don't know. I think the idea of enshittifying something for the sake of enshittifying it, that is kind of greggy, but at the same time, I've never like loved that mindset. Because all it's gonna do is make my life a little bit worse. Like I just need to spend more time staring at a screen making a 111 witherreed. And you know, like that's fine. At the end of the day, I'll do it. But it doesn't bring me any joy, is what I'm thinking. And you know, games are meant to bring you joy. So if there's like a more interesting way to perhaps implement that, that might be an interesting way to go. So in order to get this 111 wither reed, we're gonna go potatoes, I think, into sticky cane. Is that what we're doing? Or maybe like a 111 sugar cane would be interesting. We can do this pretty easily though by just grabbing potatoes and carrots here. I'm gonna clear out maybe this flaxseed area so that way we can use it for what we're doing right now. But yeah, everybody, as you all know, my opinion of Crops NH is huge, and Cobra, sorry, let me restart that. My opinion of Crops NH is huge, and Cobra is right here. Cobra is the lead dev on Crops NH, the progenitor. So everybody who loves Crops NH, which it should be all of you, should thank him in the chat. Give a little pog to Cobra. Because we all love Crops NH. That is for sure. And he's super helpful, he is. He's answered all my questions. Wonderful, wonderful fellow. He saw a problem with the game, crops were ass, and he went and fixed it. Like an absolute Chad, and I love that. Alright, let's put this flax over here. Let's put the string over here. Okay. Canola can go back here. Let's de-weed this, now that I remember that it exists. Let's right-click that. Oh, that feels good. We're so back. We have soul sand. Oh my god, that gamble today was diabolical. That was so bad. Let's breed our 111 sticky cane, which we will try to gamble into the other thing. Let's do that. We can do carrot, or potato, carrot, potato, carrot. Let that all grow. More the merrier. Is that carrot? Yeah. Potato, carrot, potato. I was here. How many scrap boxes for the soul sand drop? It was like around, I want to say it was like 600. Maybe, I think 600 would be an appropriate estimation. It was a lot. It was a lot more than it should have been. I also got a green sapphire drop. I got plenty of like much lower percentage drops. And somehow, that's how we ended up. Hello, Samsa. How's it going, my friend? It's been a minute. And hello, Raiders. How's it going? Let's give a shout out to Samsa. Oh my god, please, samosa. I'm sorry. There we go. Samsa GT. Hello, everyone. My name is Nine. I'm doing a Superflat survival challenge. I gotta shout out to Samsa real quick because way back in the day, I asked about how he made all the glowy stuff, you know, like as you do as a new GTNH player. And his Discord gave me a big list of stuff like the anti-block, patch, texture pack, all the shader ideas. So shout out to Samsa. The grid, my last Stargate run, would never have happened without that help. So thank you so much. Day 1 done, BBF achieved, huge. Fantastic. How are you liking? Have you tried new crops yet, Samsa? All right, let's do that and water. The issue with making these 111 plants, in my opinion, is that I need to get I need to wait because they have terrible growth stats. I need to wait so long in order for them to get where I need them to go. So another thing that I might do right now is see if we can breed out Witherreed on its own and then downstat it with another crop, which could be the play here. Let's grab our sticky cane that we have and then set up the conditions we need for this Witherreed. I'm putting the Soul Sand Lily in the bottom chest, the most important one. Let's see, sticky cane. 2, 3, 4. Might as well. We need to grab our coal ore. Or coal block, I think, is also fine for the Witherreed. Is there any more conditions in which it needs to grow? No. Just a block of coal. And sticky cane mutation pool should be fine. Yeah, we got our crops going. Our crop guy just went, we have 31, 31, 31. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really quick. It's really nice. I cannot complain. Let's grab that. Sticky cane. Different soil. I forgot about that. We need sand. Put this in here. Perfect. Fertilize those. Grab the watering can. All right, we're back. I'm back. I'm alive. I've seen the crops NH breeding thing. Wait, what's going on? You can get any seed you want from mutation pool without needing the corresponding subblock. That's a weird one. You get 2 people and spam random blocks as subblocks. Damn, you people are insane. Why? Who is trying that? First of all, who figured that out? I want to know. That's funny. But yeah, what did you guys get up to in you got your BBF today? Are you starting a new cog? Is that what I'm hearing? That is some degen shit, yeah. There's pretty much no other way to put that correctly. Oh, let's also grab our seed here. We need this Soul Sand Lily seed. We have everything we need, I think, to get this going. Other than we just need to get our downstatted Witherreed. So yeah, we're just gonna chillax here. Finally have sand lilies, that's nice. I guess I'll put that in here. Ooh, I'm glad we caught that the crop managers got waterlogged. Another cog except it's cities instead of cliffs. Just a normal 2.9 run, no special rule set. Oh, that's fun. Just a lot of building, I hope. I love the builds. I'm also going to be building a lot on this world, although it may not seem like it yet, but once we get our feet on the ground, I'm gonna get away from the wood aesthetic, and I have some ideas about how we're going to move forward with the build as we go along. We have distant horizons. Oh my god, wait. Is that... Maybe I should get my hands on that. I think that would be kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. My PC's running well, so distant horizons could be very pog. See, this is the issue right here, because these are growth 1, gain 1 to begin with, they just grow so fucking slow. I have a couple of coal blocks. Why don't I just increase my chances at this happening? What am I doing? Let's go here, here. And also do the same here. 1, 2. Here, here. I don't need the water anymore, actually, so I can just get rid of that. Sooner or later, it will happen. I see both sides like Chanel. Oh my god, another raid. We got back-to-back raids here. Hello, gamers. Hello, Cats Cozy Games. Hello. Oh my lord. Welcome in, everybody. Let's see if I can give a shout out. I might be on cooldown here. There we go. Shout out to my homies at Cats Cozy Games. You're having a little bit of a crossover event with the Samsa crew and all my crew. How's it going, everybody? Oh my god. We got 5 gifted subs. I don't even know who gifted that. Was that Mono Pom Pom? Thank you for the 5 gifted, my friend. I really appreciate that. And Yorshim with the tier 1 sub. How's it going? I am back. So today, Chad, you missed the despair of gambling. I was gambling some scrap boxes today, and we gambled some insane stuff because we need soul sand because we're going for oil berries today to catch you guys all up. We gambled so many loot bags or loot boxes. I gambled like 600 of them and could not get a soul sand for the life of me until finally we got one. And you can see I got some very low chance stuff before then. But yeah, we're at medium voltage today, and I wanted to get oil berries, and so we got our soul sand lily, and now I'm getting our wither reed set up. And once we get those, we're pretty much ready to make our first oil berries. How are you guys doing? How is your Gata Gog? Snellbug with a tier 1 sub, thank you. Flat World is going fantastic. I don't know why I'm in the Bees quest book, don't worry about that. Now we just gotta wait for these oil berries. Our berries. Is there any more conditions to Witherreed that I'm just not seeing? I don't think so. So we're just getting mildly unlucky here. Let's see if I can just quick stack this shit in. Oh, that's not what I want to press. There we go. Let's grab that. Have the lunchbox. I don't need these seeds, I don't think. Oh, I think we got it. Okay, so somehow we need to downstat this bad boy, which is gonna be like kind of painful to me, but I guess we'll do it anyway, and then we can just gamble for more seeds here. Here's the second seed that we got. I'll let that do its thing. As far as I'm aware, the way we downstat something is by breeding it with some random... I don't know if this will work, but we might be able to just breed it with a carrot, honestly. I'm not entirely sure that that's true, though. Peace, Jack. Thanks for popping in. Where's our last coal block? Where do I want to do this? Maybe right here? And then, oh, do we need 2? I think I get this. We might need to satisfy the conditions for another one of these right in the middle. Just use sugarcane to downset. They only share the reed pool. Okay. Okay, I like where your head's at. So let's do this. And then where do we need sugarcane? What do you need? Sand. 1, 2. I'm just gonna do that real quick. So this middle block, technically, I mean, like if I put this coal block down here, I'm hoping that this is gonna do what I want it to do, but once this gets to 80%, we'll finally be able to grow these together. I just don't know how this part of crops works. I've never tried to downstat something. The reason I'm downsetting is because we cannot physically use this in the MV crop breeder because it doesn't have enough space to do so in the fluid. Like, it doesn't have enough fluid space to allow for 7,000 enriched fertilizer. If we downstat it, it uses less fertilizer in order to get our output oil berry, and then we'll just need to stat it back up, which should be very easy. Although I will have to say, I did tell Cobra this. I think this is a weird mechanic to have in crops, personally. So now we wait until these are both 80%, and then we get our downstatted crop, and then we go into the fun part of today, which is putting MV machinery together. And we're poor, so this is not going to be the easiest thing ever. How is everyone doing today, though? Oh, Anton PC with the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Hi, Nine. Took a break from work to say hello. I'm sorry I didn't catch that immediately. How are you doing? How was work today? Thank you so much. Just make the tier used to process MV? I'm not quite sure I know what that means. Okay, yeah. So it's supposed to be weird, I guess, until we get later into the game. This silly little lathe. All right, so I'm actually gonna do this all together. I'm just gonna plan ahead a little bit. This needs MV power. We're obviously gonna need to do something about that. We have the enriched fertilizer, so we should be able to get everything done as far as that goes. We just need to power this, and I have a way we're gonna do this. Let me just unpin a bunch of recipes here. Okay. Do we need anything for the aforementioned thing that I'm not mentioning? Shh, chat, don't look. I'm not doing anything. Okay. We need 2 more of these plates. Replant since you used fertilizer. Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean... Oh, no, we're not after max stat crops. We're looking for lower stat crops right here. That is probably where the disconnect is. All right, we're good to go then. We just need to wait on that lower stat plant. And I'm not actually sure. Will I be able to do this with like a 16, 16, 16? Ah, here we go. These are all 100%. So let's put these in between and try to get a 111 sticky cane or something. Oh my god, wait, sugar cane is just already 111? Why did someone tell me to get sticky cane? That's silly. What am I doing? Alright, I guess it's all just on the back of that. We could set up more of this, though. Now that we have some more witherweed seeds. Work is just fine. Thanks for asking. Fun to catch you live. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so happy to be live again. I had a pretty good camping trip, and now I'm very excited to be back doing some MV progress. I've been thinking about this so much. Do you know how satisfying it's gonna be to have just like oil power that I can just pipe around my base freely? No issues, no steam, fully passive, nothing. It's gonna be so nice. And it's gonna last us like multiple tiers too, which is the insane part. But actually, now that we're here, I had a question for you guys. I have like kind of a poll for you guys almost. There's a couple of different ways that we can process these oil berries. One of the main ways, actually the first thing that you have to do is extract it into oil, obviously. But once you do that, there's a couple of different pathways that we can take with this oil. One of which is to turn this into light fuel, which it's not super hard. Let me see if I can remember the pathway here, or at least maybe I can pin it to my recipes and I'll show you guys after. So we get oil, and then we want to distill it into sulfuric light fuel. That's the one. And then from the sulfuric light fuel, we desulfurize it with this chemical process. And then we get hydrogen sulfide, which we can recycle. And then the light fuel we can burn directly for 305,000 EU per cell, which is 1,000. The other option is we take oil berries into the fluid extractor to get oil. Then we do this recipe. One sec. This recipe to turn that oil into light oil. And then from light oil, we distill that into sulfuric gas. And then we get refinery gas out of that. And we burn that at a kind of lower rate. It's like actually like half the fuel density. The advantage of this is that the gas turbine is incredibly cheap in comparison to the combustion generator. You can see that these two things are very different in the cost that they have to make. The speedrunners want to use refinery gas because they think it's cool, and this is much cheaper in the long run for them because they're just running through those tiers. I'm wondering, chat, do we want to go with light fuel and get the advanced combustion generators, which are more expensive, or do we want to go with refinery gas? And I was going to kind of leave that up to you guys. I don't know how to make a poll, but maybe that's something that we can look into right now while we wait for this wither read. Okay, /poll. I don't know how /poll works, honestly. There we go. Light fuel or refinery gas? Light fuel, 2 times dense or expensive. Oh, I can't even say that. 2 times density, expensive. And then refinery gas is less dense, less expensive, less dense. Let's start the poll. I've never done this before. All right, there's a poll up there. Let me know. Do we want to do light fuel or refinery gas? Why not diesel? We can technically do diesel. It is super dense, but it requires a lot of processing, which is like kind of annoying. Diesel. Although, you know what? There's a good point though that diesel would be better because it's more dense in whatever thing I store it in. Because this burns for 480,000 EU. So maybe we start with light fuel and then go into diesel. Diesel is the future, light fuel is the present. I just like the fact that the speedrunners use refinery gas. Is naphtha? Wait a minute. Naphtha. What is the fuel density of naphtha? This is also a gas turbine fuel. 220,000. Hold up. Is naphtha the play? Coal tar, light fuel. Oh, we need to like go through multiple cracking stages in order to get naphtha. Okay, that's why we don't do it. Understood. It used to be better, got nerfed when benzene. Yeah. All right, everyone is saying that we should do light fuel. So maybe we go do it the easy way and do light fuel. It's a lot fewer steps anyway, and then we'll eventually turn it into a diesel setup. What kind of oil are we working with? Hello, Narin, with the first time chat. We are working with any type of oil you want. These oil berries have a bunch of different recipes. You can either fluid extract, well, you first have to fluid extract them into regular oil or supply your own oil somehow, which we don't have because we're in the barrens of Superflat and there is no oil. And then the second thing you can do is you can stuff it in a chem reactor to change that type of oil into any different output, like raw oil, heavy oil. I think that's all we have, right? Light oil. Damn, I'm waiting a long time for this damn wither reed. There's something we can do in the meantime. All right, chat, I'm gonna act like we've gotten a seed already so that way I can conscript this video a little bit easier. Let's start setting up the MV energy here and act like we have already gotten the thing that we need. So now that we have our wither reed, or what are we looking for? Not wither reed. Oh yeah, now that we have our downstatted wither reed, we can finally set up this crop machine, which needs MV energy. And I have a little solution for how we're gonna get that. We don't currently have an MV generator, and I don't want to make an MV steam generator, but we can do our first transformer today, which is a very scary thing that can potentially cause explosions. This is how you're going to often cause explosions, in my opinion. You'll want a soft mallet, maybe. We'll see. I am simply going to yoink our 4x battery buffer from here, because I think we can just do that. This has filled batteries in it. Let's go over to the MV area. So this will be our LV power that's coming from our battery buffer. Let's see what direction this is facing. So each of these faces output 4 amps of LV. We're going to go the opposite direction, and I'm going to hit this transformer with a soft mallet. And what this does is it makes my input to 4 amps of LV, and my output is 1 amp of MV. And that should power our crop breeder. You want to be very careful with this, because if you put the wrong energy into the wrong thing, it will explode. We've learned this, right? I'm just going to get a 4x cable. I'm not fucking with this. Is one stream to one video, or is it multiple streams per video? It is so many streams per video. Holy moly. Yeah, I mean, I think we had like 7 streams go into the last video. Why is it 5A instead of 4? I think it's for losses, like to account for cable losses or something. So yeah, just use your Wyla and make sure you look at what the input and the output are before you do anything. Because that is a very constant, it's a very common way to cause explosions in your factory. All right, that is powering up. So hopefully that's enough. Now that that's set up, I mean, I guess we'll go back. Have I gone mad? Yeah, it's for cable loss. It's not actual. It's just 4 amps to 1. But there's like some losses inside the machine that cause some funny stuff. $5,000 per video. If I made one video for Stargate, that might be true. Ayo baby oil. Still can't believe you can't blow up your base with active transformers anymore. Yeah, I don't miss that feature, honestly. That wasn't a very engaging feature. Hot swapping and praying that your energy didn't go kaput. I'm trying to think here. Do you think I could just downstat to 1616? And that would be enough? I guess we can try. Let's also keep working the same angle on this side. Almost there. 78%. You only need one half stat seed regardless of the number of parent. I'm not that cruel. Okay, that's good. I was thinking like I might need to take it all the way down to one stat on each, and that would have been painful. All right, here we go. 80%. We can finally put in our double crop stick. That's at 81. That 111 is growing, so we'll just wait. And now we wait. How's everyone doing? Oh, what does the future of this look like? So many questions. Should we plan out also what's going on tomorrow? I think by tomorrow I mean Monday stream. We did that. Soul Sand Lily, getting our Wither Reed. Yeah. Let's do MV day 19. So by 19, I should have a bunch of oil berries that we'll set up our crop manager with. So set up crop manager. We'll want to make a light fuel line. And I think that needs, what do we need for that? We'll need one fluid extractor to turn this into oil, one distillery to sulfuric light fuel, one chem reactor to turn this into light fuel, and then some type of storage, and then an MV electrolyzer. So fluid extractor, distillery, chem reactor. MV electrolyzer. As well, some type of fluid storage. What options do we have for fluid storage? Can we make a super tank yet? Technically we can. That's not even that bad. Should we look into this, chat? That like genuinely looks doable. LV mixer though, I don't have that yet. What is the downstat strategy? I'll show you guys in a second. There's a kind of silly reason that we need to do this. Cobra and I have gone over it quite a bit. Damn it, why did it? Oh, it max statted because we have fertilizer over here. I gotta wait for the fert to wear off, I think. That's silly. Polyethylene. Why are we saying polyethylene? Oh, you're right. I need polyethylene to make this. Good catch. Oh, it's spread instead of breeding. Okay. Anyone have any good idea for fluid storage for tomorrow for our oil? Or our light fuel? We could do just like a MV tank, right? Dark steel. It's not nothing. Railcraft tank could do. I would need to make another one, and that's a little annoying, but doable for sure. I'm trying to think here. I guess I could craft out the railcraft tank in advance, and then we can all enjoy the benefits tomorrow, and I'll just assemble it. Yeah, I like that. They do look good, don't they? That's a great idea. And then what? And then I think we're good. I think if we want to, we can get into like single blocks and stuff, but I think that should be a full day's work. We could technically do a diesel line, but yeah, I'm happy with making that all one day. I need you guys to go crazy. I need you guys to get freaky, okay? Let's put a bunch of random bullshit back. That's that. Grab that. I don't know where these wood planks came from. Oh, yeah, they're from our battery buffer, lol. That. Fert. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Can we think of anything to do in the meantime? We're just waiting. Anything interesting, chat? Anything I should know about? Anything I should do? Long space filling curve with the biggest pipe you could make at the time. That's true. I think steel though, which is kind of expensive or potent actually. We could make a batch of potent. That could be very useful, honestly. Because we got plenty bronze, plenty of lead now. A little bit of tin. Yeah, why not, actually? That'll be a great way to get our oil. $128 bronze. I don't feel like mixing this, but it is a 3-to-1. This is a silly. Yeah, I just shapecraft this for sure. Then lead dust. Do we have lead dust still? I think we still have this. Yep, there we go. It's a little oak drawer full of the lead plant that we were processing. Time for me to go. Have a good one. Thanks for popping in, Cobra. Ooh, let's see. I see a bread crop. Is this half statted? No, it is not half statted. We are cursed with high stat plants today. Ugh. Down statting is kind of silly. Hello, Sandra. How's it going? Let's make our lead dust from our small piles of lead dust. That should be enough to make us some potent. There we go. Ooh, I did just use a whole lot of our lead. I hope we don't need any more of it later. I guess I could sentry out some of it. We have the lead plant. If I really need it, we'll go back and get some. Having stacks on stacks of potent might be better than having the lead in hand. And our lovely steam hearth, new in 2.9, is absolutely carrying. Look at how fast that is. That's ridiculous. It's 3 ingots per second. Oh, my battery buffer is just not there, is it? That's silly. What am I going to throw out here? Copper rings, perhaps? Never needed those. I agree that there should be something to keep the lower tier breeders worse, but forcing down setting feels weird and unintuitive. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. If you guys have any good ideas, I'm sure they would be receptive to, the devs would be receptive to hearing them. Because unfortunately, this shit just straight up not working. We are only getting high stat seeds right now. I do want to get our oil berries today before I log off. I think that's a very important thing for us to do. So I will stick with you guys, chat, but this might get a little boring here for a while, unless we can find something to do in the meantime. Ideas. We could clean up around the base. I do want to get rid of those trees here. I do want to get rid of this nerd pole. That might be the move. Just some house cleaning. How about building a little house? That could be a move, certainly. Hello, Saishu. How's it going? Welcome back to Your Doom. You're with me on this. We're in this together. There's no I in team. Let's grab Horsey here. We've got our axe. I guess I'll put the planks over here. It's getting messy around here. Got to UMV recently. Let's go. Huge. Maybe the breeder always gives 111 or low stats. I wonder if I could breed out a wither reed. Oh my. Just when I'm relaxed, it knows when to hit me. I hate these guys. What just hit me? I hate it here, bro. It's just slimes. It's all slimes. Let's make sure we have some max tomatoes. Lunchbox can't hurt. And what the hell am I doing again? Oh, I don't have black granite lily. I actually don't think I can get that very easily. Or stone lily. I do have stone lily. Any clues as to the official release date for 2.9? I have no clue, honestly. Why is this such a slime like heaven? Why do they love this? Is it like the pathfinding thing that I keep hearing about? I mean, that kind of works, yeah. What the fuck did I just get hit by? Fuck me. You know, I don't miss these guys. That's for sure. That's true. I can technically get basalt and stuff from the houses. I think that would be more of a time sink than just waiting for this to get lucky and give us a half downstatic crop, which should just happen pretty soon, honestly. And if it doesn't, I'm suing Cobra. Please just let this be downstatted. No! How the fuck did you get here? What? Genuinely confused on... That's true. If I do a witch farm, it will up the cap. Why are these all max stat? Am I just insane? Are they all spreading instead of breeding? What am I doing wrong? I mean, we got approval from Cobra himself that the downstatting, this is how downstatting works. So if this doesn't work this way, then I'm just fucked. Hold up. We get the 1.29% chance of the wither skeleton skull. We could technically try to seed generate it at 111. Or maybe it just gives you the amount of stats that it has. Never mind. Oh. Max stat Witherreed, man. an enriched fertilizer system where you can enrich fertilizers based on the amount of dust on their specific block. If you use proper fertilizer on a crop, it boosts it, but if you use wrong fertilizer, it'll tarnish a crop, thus downstatting it? Huh. That's an interesting idea, but I don't think it hits the core of the issue, which is that downstatting in general just doesn't make much sense, but you still want something weird. I think Cobra still wants something weird to happen in order to get the oil berry in MV. And I think that alone will cause, that's like the main cause of a differing opinion. There's a lot of fucking slimes. Jesus. I'm like low-key in danger, but I'm zen right now. I don't know why. I just don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. They don't faze me. They should. Alright, I'm done. It's clean! Let's get back inside. At least the mob names are funny. For real. I already have lemon seeds. Don't need that. I already have jungle. Should be fine. Okay. I feel like I need some Masao Shitakanaka right now. I didn't expect this to be the thing that's taking the longest. Either way, we've had incredible streamer luck for some things and then horrible streamer luck for others. It's been ridiculous. I don't know what happened. Please just be downstatted. Please. Okay, we've got 29 gain. Huge. Oh my god, bro. I wonder if I can increase the chances of this happening in any way. Maybe if I put sugarcane on all sides of it. I don't know if that would change anything, but it can't hurt, right? Oh wait, those are 31s, right? Yeah. Whoops. Almost caused an issue. Why are you trying to downstat Witherreed right now? Chat, I can't explain it again. uh, I mean, we can like, here, let's load it up. Let's just see, right? So I'll show you guys what the issue is on this. We finally have our Witherreed, right? Let's do this for the video. I'm gonna say some stuff that you guys already know. Just bear with me. So So we just got our wither reed and our soul sand lily. And if we put those together and try to breed them into the next plant, we have an issue, which is that the amount of enriched fertilizer we need is greater than the amount of space we have in this advanced crop breeder to breed it. So we got to downstat some witherreed seeds in order to actually hit the fertilizer cap, because the lower stat your seeds are, the less fertilizer it uses. Unfortunately, this ain't going to cut it. We got to downstat even harder than 2 off gain, which is going to be really annoying, but I'll see you guys on the other side. Please please be what I need. Ugh. Let's see, is there any other... I guess I could go for 111 in a different way. Which is if I get some other type of one statted... Oh, I see what's going on. If I get a one statted sticky cane... And then I combine that with a sugar cane and try to mutate that. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, I gotta say. The issue with switching out the 31-31 for slightly lower ones is that it takes forever for these witherreed seeds to get to a spot where they're able to breed into something. It'll take me another like 10 minutes just to grow up one of these witherreed seeds that is less statted. So therein lies another problem. I'm not sure if this is actually working. I don't think I've seen a single time where it's actually bred with the sugarcane. The only thing I've seen is that it's been spreading and then it has a lower stat because of the spread and it doesn't have any fertilizer in it, but that's not enough to cut it. I genuinely don't know what to do here. Because I wanted to finish this today, but it might just be a tomorrow thing, honestly. I might just downstat this here on my own time in my free time, and then when I come back to you tomorrow, we'll just put it together into the crop breeder and then call it on that. That's what it's looking like right now. Gene mutation pool from 111 sugarcane. I'm also growing 111 sugarcanes right now. So hopefully, I mean, that's also hopefully adding something to this. But yeah, that's so unfortunate. What a weird mechanic. I can't say that I'm particularly a fan of it. Is this intended? It is intended. Cobra was in here earlier today talking about it. Oh. That's okay, though. Can't you understat crops by propagation very, very slowly? The number two, the -2 is from spread when it doesn't have fertilizer, and that is really slow. Perhaps slower than what we're doing right now. Ah, so unfortunate. Let's gamble like 1 or 2 more chances on each of these just to see if it happens, because it would be awesome if it was all in one piece of footage. But if not, we will come back tomorrow and we'll talk about everything. We'll get it all prepared. I guess I can cut the transformer bit into the second, or into VOD 19, which might work out. Yeah. Please. Let this be a normal field trip. I just needed Masayoshi Takanaka. We're so fucking back, chat. We're so back. Alright, please work. No! The seed was not high enough stat, and so when we harvested it, it didn't give us a seed back. Okay, I genuinely hate this mechanic. Can we even make... We need to make triple steel plates. What would we do to upgrade this? Dense steel plate, which needs a MV bending machine. That's kind of expensive for us right now. It's doable, but expensive. It's only 8.4 seconds, though. Should we just go and make that right now? So that way we can upgrade the spade to the reinforced one and that gets more seeds when harvesting. Oh, we don't have... Oh, we have rubber. We have rubber. Longwood stick, hammer, file. Damn, bro, that actually... that's funny. That's just funny at a certain point. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I guess we can work on the MV bender. I do have to go soon for dinner, so I might just have to give this to you guys to do tomorrow. Let's take a quick look at the MV bender and see how bad it is. That's a lot of aluminum that we don't have, perchance. But you guys are coming up with some good solutions, I see. Cap the stats of the resulting seed. Oh, I like that. So based on the amount of fluid you put in, it gives you a 111 seed. I think it gives you a 111 seed anyway. Which is just another piece of RNG on top. Alright, please just be the one. Nope. Alright, chat. I hate to say it, but I think we gotta leave it here. This is kind of diabolical. I will farm out this low statted seed without you guys, because this is just like stare at screen with mouth open type mechanics. But thank you so much for joining me today. I had a ton of fun otherwise. We did some gambling today for scrap boxes. We got our MV crop breeder ready, so we got everything we need in order to get this done. We just got that last piece. And tomorrow, which is going to be Monday's stream, actually, which is not actually tomorrow, we are going to get back to oil berries again. I'm going to finally make our oilberry seed. We're going to propagate those. We're going to get those into a crop farm. And we are going to get rolling. Things are going to be good. Yeah, I guess I'll just put that all tomorrow. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's go find somebody to raid, and then I'll say my normal stuff. This is I want to say, though, as we raid, streams are not normally this RNG dependent. I fully prepared ahead to make this as painless as possible, and all of the RNG was against us, no matter what we did. So I just want to say that stream is not normally this slow, and I apologize for the first time viewers who are getting the brunt of a very unlucky stream today. Let's see, who is streaming today? Let's raid Mr. Purple today. And while we do that, I want to remind you to be kind to yourself and others and do the best that you can and have fun with it. And sometimes life throws you some bad luck and you just got to do your best. Just keep on trucking. I hope you guys had some fun today. Peace, everyone.